overall, I mean, life on a ship, at least on a small ship, is not really that glamorous. It's like, um, I tell people it's kind of like camping in an RV that's not a nice RV, and
Right.
and it's not a nice RV and doesn't have like all the plug-in, electricity, and if
All the Gucci
anyone out
gear.
there's ever done, yeah, yeah, there's no water hookup and gray water system. So, um, there's very on a frigate they balance the ship with the on a frigate it like there's only a single screw in the back, and because of that, it tends to lean to the side that the propeller turns. So
Mm,
the ship always cants to the left, and it just always sits like that. So like when you're
mm.
walking around the ship, if you're going forward, you're always kind of leaning into your left side, or if you're walking back after the ship, you're always kind of leaning in the other direction. And you get used to it over time, but like when you're taking showers, like you notice it the most because the water sloshes from one side to the other depending on where you're standing. And water is like a premium on a small boy. So like nowadays, like the modern ones have like reverse osmosis water makers and things like that. The older frigates, like I was on, didn't have desalination water makers. So um, we would take on fuel at port and then take on water. And when it was out, it was out. We didn't have anything left. So depending on when we were gonna be able to go back into port, they would start rationing and metering the water.
Wow.
And they also use the water and the fuel to shift under in the internal systems in the hull of the ship to balance out the weight of the ship. So, because you have fuel on one side, water on the other. So, as the ship burns down gas and water, it starts to become imbalanced. So, they can transfer them from one side tank to the other to balance out the ship. But what that tends to do is reduce the amount of water that you can use or the pressure or if it's even usable, depending on,
Mm.
the direction you're going or the sea state. So there were a lot of times when the water just didn't work. You'd be like, you'd be in the shower and you had to be very quick because people were like timing you. And, and there was no hot water either. Well, there was hot water sometimes, but it would be
Sometimes,
like
right?
scalding hot. It would be scalding hot, so hot that you couldn't even really get in it. Um, uh, but you'd be like soaped up, completely soaped up, and then you'd try and turn the water back on, and it wouldn't come on, and you'd have to just wipe off all the soap, and leave that way. So,
Wow.
that was kind of an interesting thing. Like, your laundry is boiled in water from that's heated from the engine exhaust, so
Wow.
there's just a big vat of water and there's no soap involved at all. Your clothes just get put into a boiling vat. Um, and that's how you get your laundry back. And that's actually ironically like a way that pilots in our community would know that you were like a salty aviator, that you've been to sea a lot, because it changes the fabric of your flight suit. It removes all the fire retardant material that actually makes it, help you, and it makes it really soft and a different shade of green. And then the zippers are usually coated black, but they're brass, and they have like this fireproof coating around them that keeps them from getting really hot. But the boil removes that all, so you're left with this shiny black zipper that is actually really smooth. It's like a nice smooth zipper that
Okay.
doesn't catch. And so, when you would see a pilot with a light green flight suit that has lost its flame retardant sheen and they got that brass zipper, you're like, oh, they've been to sea. Their clothes have been boiled for like 7 months.